Hi there, I'm Jules from thestonesoup.com and today I've got another fresh 6-ingredient dinner recipe for you. Okay, so for our wonderful cabbage wedges, I've just got a quarter of a large cabbage. I'm just going to chop off the toughest core part and take the outer leaf off, and then I'm going to cut it kind of tricky into 2 wedges. Can she do it? Actually, I think it's easier to do it this way. So you want them to be about the same size so that they cook at about the same time, but inevitably one will be bigger than the other, but that's fine. So we just get our cabbage leaves wedges on some foil, and then I just put in, you don't have to measure this, but about a tablespoon of water into the parcel, and have the edges turned up so that the water stays in. A little bit of oil and a good sprinkling of salt. And then we're just going to wrap our parcels up so that the cabbage is going to steam and kind of in that parcel in the oven. So we'll repeat with the other one, and then just get it in. So I've got my oven cranked as high as it can go, and so just pop it in the oven for about 20 minutes. So while the cabbage wedges are cooking, I've just softened an onion in a little bit of oil on a medium heat, and just a diced onion. And now I'm just increase the heat to high, and I'm getting in my ground beef mince, as we call it in Australia. And I just want to brown that. Quarter of a teaspoon of salt as well to help season. Great, so you probably can't see with all that steam. So I'm just going to turn the heat down to medium. And when the beef's no longer pink, I don't worry about browning it too much, but you're welcome to brown it as much as you like. You will get more flavour if it's more brown. Then I add in half a cup of tomato passata, or you could use canned tomatoes if you wanted, or a commercial tomato pasta sauce. Just give that a stir around. We've already added our salt. Then my secret ingredient, we would call that a knob of butter in Australia, so it's about 2 tablespoons, just a little hunk of butter, and that really just softens the acidity of the tomato and just brings everything together so that you get that flavour development that you would normally expect from something that's been simmered for a really long time. So it's a little bit of a cheats trick there. And then I just simmer this for just literally a couple of minutes, just until the butter's melted and it's just thickened up a little bit. Then taste and season with more salt if it needs it, maybe a bit of black pepper. And then I'm going to serve that on top of my cabbage wedges. That's a really good, easy, go-to ragu if you ever want one. You could serve with pasta if you like, but it's really good with the cabbage wedges. Oh, beautiful. So our cabbage wedges have had, you can actually see this one's heaps bigger than this one. They've had 20 minutes in the oven, at its highest heat, so they are sizzling. So I'm just going to use a skewer, and that one is done. This one's definitely done. So you just want to just make sure that it feels tender. You don't want it to have crunchy cabbage, and the more cooked it is, the better they'll be. So you can see, beautiful, it's kind of steamed on top, and usually you get some kind of a little bit of charring on the bottom. Oh, no, not today. Anyway, maybe this one will because it was smaller. Yeah, so you can see it's smaller, so it's started to char a little bit, which is beautiful, but you don't need that. It's going to be really lovely. So then I just actually serve it on the plate like that, and you can see the cabbage just kind of melts into these beautiful, like pappardelle kind of layers. It's so delicious. It's like, why would you eat pasta when you can have this beautiful cabbage? So yeah, I'm just going to serve it with the meat on top, and then some parsley to make it look pretty, and some shaved parmesan. So if you enjoyed this recipe, come on over to my blog. It's thestonesoup.com, and you can download a free ebook filled with simple recipes just like this one.